My friends have urged me to share my ongoing experience, so I've decided to do just that. And I have changed all of the names for safety reasons, of course. When I was a little kid, I would have these accidents just like any other kid, falling out of trees and such. But the strange thing was, I would never get hurt. The one thing I do remember quite vividly was the nightmares I would have. The first paranormal experience I had was when my friend Jill and I were staying up late and playing video games out in the front room. She was sitting where she had a clear view of the front door. We were in the middle of playing when she looked at the front door and screamed at the top of her lungs. I looked at her and I asked, "What's wrong with you?" She then looked at me and said that she saw a dark silhouette of a man at the front door. Me, being the gooberish child I was, went to the door and opened it to prove to her that there was nothing there. I then calmed her down and we went back to our video game. Over the next few years, activity was really quiet until my last year of middle school. My friend at the time was spending the night and we just watched a horror movie that scared the living crap out of us. We left the TV on and tried to go to sleep. Around 3 in the morning, I woke up and turned over to see this thing standing by my bed. I took one glance at it and noped back under the covers and shut my eyes, hoping that it would just go away. I opened my eyes to see that it was still there. I looked over at my friend and she was out like a light, and I was too scared to try to even whisper her name. So I just covered up my face and went back to sleep. After that happened, I had trouble sleeping for about 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, I went to sleep to have probably the worst nightmares I ever had. I woke up and called out for my mother like the scaredy cat I was. Instead of having my mom come in and comfort me, my closet door opened and slammed 4 times while yelling my name. I jumped out of my bed and did a nosedive right into my parents' bed and slept on the couch for a good 2 months out of fear of my room. I told my friend Beth about it, and she just suggested that we used a Ouija board to talk to it. Being the stupid teenager that I was, I agreed to do it. We then used the board to talk to it several times, and when it finally revealed its name to us, we didn't believe it. We, being the stupid teens we were, decided to challenge it and told it to prove it. The next day, I was in a horrible car wreck that totaled my car and the other person's car because they ran into me so hard. The weird thing was, I was not hurt at all, even though the door was bent inward on my car. Needless to say, we believed him. After a while, I started having these dreams, and he would be in every single one. The dreams would always be about a bad event happening, and he would cause it. He also started to make things happen that would prevent me from going on dates. I know it sounds weird, but he got extremely jealous of any boy and would make things happen. He would make them get sick or make them have a nightmare or make the dates end horribly, which would then cause an early end to the relationship. That is one of the reasons that I have not dated in about 2 years. He also attacks the people I have falling outs with. Beth and I had a horrible falling out, and shortly after, I found out that after I stopped talking to her, her mother tried to kill herself and they lost their house. Recently, I stopped talking to my friend Joe, and about 3 weeks later, he was T-boned by a person who was trying to commit suicide. Lately, things have been acting up around the house more than usual. And a recent dream that was one of the few times he did not show up was very ominous. And even my best friend is having horrible dreams involving me that causes her to wake up with this ominous feeling. I feel like he's up to something, and I wanted to share this experience just in case something was to happen. I'll make a post later or something to describe my dreams since this one's already long and I kind of have to get ready for work now.